Hey everybody, what's going on? It's the Hamilton here, and surprise, surprise, it's raining in this world. Again. But nevertheless, we are back with episode 5. If you missed last episode, we went out and explored the Pale Gardens and fought off not one, but 5 creakings, and collected 5 creaking hearts. So in today's episode, we are going to be putting those hearts to good use and building our very own resin farm, which is what I've cleared out this little area for, flattened it out, covered up all the holes, and yes, I did go ahead and light up the caves underneath here. So with the area cleared away and marked out using the torches, this is how big it's going to be, this is how much area I need. We're going to go ahead and see what materials we have for this build. And let's sleep this rain away. Alright, so I put everything that we're going to need into a chest. Should be good on the pale oak. We're going to need some more mangrove. Terracotta's fine. The stone is melting up. I'm going to need some more andesite. And honestly, anything else I might just have to work with on the fly. But for now, please enjoy this quick resource gathering montage. Escapee! How did you even get out? I forgot that you can get vines from mangrove trees. Alright guys, and this is everything that we should need, I think. It's at least enough to get us started. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this time lapse. Alright guys, and we are back. This is the finished product. I am super pleased with it. I think it came out great. I thought a good name for this place would be Resin Go. You know, res, instead of the T, you know, you get it. Yeah, so let's go into a little bit of cheetah cam so y'all can see the full perspective of this building. Gas stations usually have advertisements for all kinds of sodas and things. So the paintings here, I feel like will do a good job of being advertisements. So you walk in through the doors and you have more signs here. I mean paintings. These aren't signs. More paintings as like advertisements on the wall. These little chiseled bookshelves I feel look like a good magazine stand with different magazines here. You got the shelves with all kinds of inventory and things to look at. Got the back counter here This is something I kind of came up with. Like there's a leather cap on an armor stand with a glass block pushed on top of it with a piston. I like there's always something on display, like at a gas station by the register, like lotto tickets, food, whatever. I felt like this looked cool. A little something to display here on the desk at the cash register. Could be lotto tickets. I think it's lotto tickets. In my head, these are lotto tickets, but it could be whatever you want. It's just something to display. And here there's, I have the lectern as the little register. And if we go on top, I kind of just did a simple design. These are pretty standard. I just used smooth stone block with rails all around. It kind of looked like window units or like air exhaust fans. Because also used looms down here as like a window unit or some kind of vent. And we have some stone brick walls with iron bars and some redstone torches on top as kind of like a little radio station or some kind of like service wire to the building. And yeah, I think everything here looks really cool. I did use some leaves here to just kind of decorate the sides. And I did actually use the pale moss carpets to add just a little bit more gray, kind of bring in the building to the leaves and just make everything kind of flow more evenly. I used it right here. I used it on the sides here. I think that looks really cool. Like I feel like it does a good job bringing in both the diorite and the tuff on the sides of the building, the tuff and stone. I just tried to use that a little bit around the whole building. Yeah, this is it. These are the little gas station pumps I came up with. The blast furnace is the number meter, telling you how much gas you're putting. The levers for pumps, I feel like that's kind of standard. Thought no blocks looked pretty cool down here as a nice little design. And if y'all saw from the time lapse, I did connect some redstone to some pistons down here. And once nighttime gets here and we're ready to spawn in some creakings and start beating them up for some resin, we come to this specific one right here, flip it up, and the pistons will extend the log to the bottom. And once these are glowing, they're activated. But all right, now that the sun's setting, I will get an actual chance to show you guys what this farm looks like whenever you use it. So I'll bring y'all back in once the sun sets. All right, now that they've spawned in here, I've found, because I did build this in creative, so I was able to test it out a little bit. I have found that it is best to kind of gather them all in one spot. Where's the fourth guy at? Hello? There is supposed to be 4 of y'all. I guess we only get 3 today. Yeah, once you have them all together, you don't even need a kill, dude. I'm talking. So once you have them all together, you don't even need a weapon. Dude, relax. You can just kind of go around and hit them with your fist. And yeah, this is it. This is the resin form. Like this, like that, over here. And once you feel like you've hit them enough and you think you have enough resin, like this is kind of the tricky part, especially with them, being here. But you kind of just go around, gather a little bit, like so. But yeah, once you collect that, you go back to just smacking them up a little bit. No, I will not give you spare change. Oh my god, they're fighting back. Oh my god, oh my god. So this is the only downfall of this resin form. It's that it's outside. So you kind of have to deal with other mobs, like zombies. Oh, that was terrifying. Anyway, you do have to deal with other mobs like zombies and kind of keep your head on a swivel for creepers. But I don't mind. I think it's a unique design. And I think it's really fun to use, honestly. Just spawn in some creakings and like whip up on them for a little bit. But yeah, so I'm going to come back to y'all whenever it's daytime and I don't have to talk to y'all while keeping my head on a swivel. All right, the sun's coming up now. Get out of here. Yeah, good riddance. But I did have a little bit left in there, but you get like 64 a night, depending on how much you stay out here, really. It is definitely not the most efficient farm. If you're looking for efficiency, like you just want a bunch of resin, you don't have to do nothing for it, I would definitely go with someone else's design. This is not the farm for you. But I don't really need the resin blocks and the bricks because I don't really have any plans to build with that, at least not right now. So this works perfectly well for what I do want to use the resin for. I want them for this. I plan on making a little orchard of orange trees all around the base, but especially right here where this mountain needs to go away. I do plan on tearing down this mountain in the near future to make room for this orchard that's going to be right in front of the house and is going to look down and overshadow the river and the valley here. I think it'll look really nice. A whole orchard of these trees, make some bigger, some smaller, kind of have them planted all around. I think it'll be a nice visual aspect to the base. But for that simple need, I feel like this resin form works well enough for me. I think it's a fantastic addition to the base. It really adds to the world. We've expanded this way on our little mountain range, and next episode we'll try to expand more that way. All right, guys, and that's going to be it for this episode. Let me know what you thought of the new resin form and the resin go. I think it came out great, but I'd love to know your opinion. Of course, rate it on a scale from 1 to 10 oinks. But that's going to be it from me, guys. As always, if you enjoyed the content, go ahead and give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel and join the Ham Fam. Later, guys.